Hello, welcome back to the last race of today. Plenty more to come tomorrow. The last race of today being the second stock scooter race. Bantam boys just coming back in. There's Bantams and some 350s or something out on this one. In Scott. The Hornet member for endurance racing on a few occasions. Obviously had a good scrap out there. So the scooters are off and away on warm-up lap. Hi Ian. Been out enjoying the sun today, I reckon. I don't think I've seen you on the other feeds. Back home in time for tea now, I bet. So worth going back and watching the other live feeds if you've not had a chance to see them yet. There's been some great racing today. Dave Bristow's been running well in supers and stocks on his 4E machine. Looking for his second winning stocks today. Sitting on pole. Right, we've got everyone, I think. So, can't remember, I have done some revision on what the corners are called, so I think we've got Hatchet's hairpin at the end of the start-finish straight. And then we come through, forgotten the next one, but we can't really see it from here. And then we're into the double lefts of the Senna S's. So the first left being, I think, at the right, just before the first left is Selwyn's, then it's into the Senna S's. We go down through there into Brooklands hairpin, which is just about behind where that ambulance is there before they go up the back straight. I've had a cursory look, but it looks like I need to do some more revision overnight to be able to reel them off my tongue still. But it won't stop me describing the action, just won't prevent me from giving you the correct location and the track names. So they're all lined up on the grid now, and we're waiting on the lights just down there above the white van. So the ropes are raising as the red lights are on and they're off. Shorter light this time. See if Adie's got a better start. No, it doesn't look like it. I can't even see it. Where's his blue helmet? They're all bunched up now to come out of Selwyn's. It's Dave Bristow out in the lead. Jimmy's trying to give him a run for his money again. Jimmy in second. And it's Simon Palmer in front of Scott Thompson, then Group 4 machine of Graham, and then I think it was John Holt. Still second in production. He did second in the earlier production race. Had a great scrap with Simon Palmer in the last Supers race. Group 5 against the Group 6. And John came out on top. Oh, Haley's down there. Looks like a mechanical, I think. So as they come down the start-finish straight towards Hatchet's hairpin, Dave Bristow in the lead, but Jimmy's not far behind him. The small frame's that bit lighter, which should mean there's not a lot Jimmy can do on the brakes going in. So can he get a good drive out? He's going now into Selwyn's. Jimmy is closer, if anything. Dave's definitely not getting away this time. Jimmy's on fire. Oh, he's so tight through there. The little bump unsettled the scooter, but he kept it pinned. And Simon Palmer is having a scrap with Scott Thompson this time by the look of it. John Holt giving chase to Damon Yates. John on his production bike and Damon on his Group 4. Kale goes around the outside of Joe Palmer. And we've got Rod Shipley. So we're up through there, we're going through Hondas. Back up to full chat down the start finish straight. That lady's coming back in the van of shame. Shane was looking forward to him having a good race this one. Came through from the back of the field on the last one because he stalled on the start line. Luckily no one hit him and he was able to get going again. Worked his way up into 4th place, I think it was overall. Dave just keeping it steady, concentrating on his lines, concentrating on his lap times, keeping them on the money. Make it hard work for Jim to catch him. He's not broke him, but that decreasing gap that Jimmy had on the last lap seems to have been reversed. Then we've got Keith Terry, Jem Steele, Graham Tatton, Gav Gray. Oh, there's Gary. So back through, going into Hondas. So we're coming down the start finish straight now. Still Dave Bristone. He has, if anything, increased that lead a little bit. Just trying to break Jimmy's spirit. Try and get him to give up on the chase. And if anyone knows Jimmy, that's very unlikely to happen. Alright, Sam. Dave comes through. You can see just eking out a little gap on Jimmy now. And Jimmy can't do any more than that. He's dragging his knee around there. The scooter fully tipped over, fully pinned. And then you've got your production leader again. Like roll off into the last of the Senna's S's as he goes down. Joe Palmer behind him. John Holt not giving up on catching Damon. Then we've got a right scrap here with Keith. I think it's Graham, Tim Simpson, Jem and Gav Gray. 4-way battle there. No, 5. Kale coming through on his Vespa. Nice to see Kale back out on that Vespa after had a big off at East Fortune. Frame was all twisted and bent, but it's been up to John McCaughlin's frame jig up in Pembrey, I think it is. All straight and put back together in time for this one. Dave's screaming through there. Very little lift, if any, going through the Senna S's. Same for Jimmy. He's steadied that gap, to be fair. Dave's not getting away anymore. Scott keeps having these lonely rides because he ain't got the power to keep up with the 4Es, but he's got more than the riding ability to get away from all the other production bikes. Simon Palmer going well on his 4E. John Holt still chasing down Damon Yates. And it is Graham Tatton. He's broke away from that scrap now with Keith Terry then behind him, then Jem, then Gav Gray, who's got past Tim Simpson. Jem looking up the inside of Keith. Looks like he's done it. And Gav's got past Keith, I think, there. As Kale goes through. Ragging that little MHR Malossi small frame. Looks like Rod just didn't hatch its hairpin, but Dave's already through, along with Jimmy. Both dragging their knee across the surface of the tarmac. Got them scooters lit. Jimmy elbows go as he changes gear. Good riding position for Scott. See how his chin's over the headset. Put his weight forward, shifting his body weight from one side to the other. Simon Palmer comes through. Damon's not getting away from John, but John just can't seem to reel him in. He's down on power, having to make it all up in the corners. Graham's already gone through, and Keith's still in front of Jem, Gav and Tim Simpson. It looked like it got done down into the old hairpin in Brand's hairpin. But he is on a group 4 again, Keith, in amongst a load of production spec lammies. Our leader's with us again already. Now he's broke. Oh, Jimmy's wide through there, but he kept it pinned. Didn't ever doubt he was going to run out of track. He just kept it pinned, even though he's a little bit wide. He's not giving up. He knows it only takes a mistake and he'll be back on the rear wheel of Dave. Scott comes through. Only one for Simon this one. He's off and away. He's been further back in scraps with these lot before in the last race, but he's off and away this time. Looks like Graham Tatton's going to catch them pair in front of him, John Holt and Damon Yates. Graham's super smooth, super fast through the corners. You see he's physically gaining on them all the time. I wouldn't be surprised to see Graham ahead of those two when they come round the next time. Then we've got Gary Smith being chased down by Joe Palmer and Dave Can. Dave's back with us already. Not really filmed a lot of the motorbike racing, but watching the scooters go through there, through these two lefts and the centre S's, they're probably faster than most of the bikes coming through here. I've seen lap times of some of the bigger CC vintage bikes, and the scooters are hold their own in amongst any of the motorbike grids here. Maybe only this pre-92 super bikes that struggle, but in every other class the lap times are more than respectable that the scooters are putting in. As you can see, Graham's just got caught up there getting round Rod. He's a little bit close to him, not as closer to them as I thought he would be by now. There's still time. Jem's now got out in front of that 4 of Keith Terry, Tim Simpson and Gav Gray. Go through there. This is where Keith does seem to slow through there a little bit too much on that right-hander, and everyone gets past him, but he's getting back past him. Must be around the back section of the track and down the start-finish straight where his 4E's just outpowering him. Jimmy sives through the back markers. I think that's Gary Smith and Joe Palmer and Dave Can. Comes Kale. Looking super cool on his little small frame. Hanging off. Doesn't look like he should be wearing an orange vest. And we've got Scott Thompson. Nice and smooth, fast, flowing lines. Doing him proud in production again, streaming away from his rivals. See where the next production scooter is. It'll be the green one here of John Holt. Of Graham still. Graham did well to catch up. He was catching them to. It's like they've almost felt him coming and speeded up themselves because he's not seeming to make any further progress into catching them two. Keith again back in front of two of the ones of it. Jem Steele's off, and again Keith slow there, and can't see who it is, but Gav and the other rider got past him again. But he won't care because he'll be thinking, if I can get back past them again before the start finish straight, it doesn't matter if they can get past me here, because when it comes to the line I'll be in front of them again. Hale comes through. Teammate for part of the Chisel Speed race team. Scott Thompson coming down, looking for a friendly manoeuvre through on Cale as he takes the inside line. That's Simon Palmer. Right, now great, this has got closer. John's closer to Damon, Graham's closer to... Oh, John's up the inside line. He's got Damon. Damon might just bully him out. No, John's got it. John's got past Damon. Graham's got stuck behind Damon. John might... Oh, Graham's gone up the inside. No, sorry, Damon went up the inside of John back into the next right-hander. So it'll be interesting to see how that one pans out across the line. The race leader is in. So it looks like first place for Dave Bristow. 2 wins out 2 today. Jim McNally going well on his 4E. In second place. Rod. Lily. Joe Palmer and Dave Kahn. Gary Smith. Another good solid win for Scott from the production class. Win for Dave Bristow in 4E. Tail. Damon Yates picked up the win on the Group 4 bike. Wilkinson Racing Group 4. Jem coming through, but second in production. John Holt, number 18. Simon Palmer, I think, third in 4E. Not sure if this is the order that they actually finished across the line, but that's scrap involving Gav Gray, Graham Saturn, and Keith Terry. Tim Simpson coming through. BSSO rider. And that's it for today. Weather's been stunning. The racing's been amazing. And I hope you can join us for more of the same tomorrow. See you tomorrow.